My dear brothers and sisters, boys and girls, and my dear children, we at SFS Church Kopar Khairani are preparing ourselves to celebrate the feast of Our Lady of Perpetual Help. Many are the titles under which we celebrate the feast of our Mother Mary. Just a couple of days ago, we celebrated it under the title of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. And before that, on the 13th of May, Our Lady of Fatima. I often wonder if we actually know the story behind this icon of the perpetual succor, its meaning and message. This evening, we shall reflect on the icon of Our Lady of Perpetual Help. My input this evening is based on the talk by Father Ivel Mendana, CSSR. Stories are significant and valuable. There are many stories about the icon of Our Lady of Perpetual Help. Though the story of how the icon came to be an object of veneration is somewhat shrouded in mystery. The traditional story is about an unknown artist who was probably from Crete, that is in Greece, an island in Greece. His work of an art was stolen by a merchant and over a period of time found a permanent home with the Redemptorist in Rome. There is the spiritual story that the painter of the icon wishes to tell in symbolic language about the mysteries of our faith. There is the Redemptorist story of how the icon came into the hands of the Redemptorist in Rome and how Pope Pius IX gave them a mandate to make her known to the world. There is the personal story that speaks of our devotion to the icon and the way our Mother of Perpetual Help has become the fountain of grace, drawing us into her loving embrace and helping us to taste and see the merciful love of Jesus, her Son. The story which the icon itself depicts is nonetheless full of grace and truth. John chapter 1, verses 14. I have been using the word icon. What is an icon? For the youngsters who are computer savvy, an icon is a small picture or a symbol on a computer screen that represents a program. This is not the icon we are talking about. Icon comes from the Greek word meaning image. There are three things to remember about icons. Icons are more than a simple representation of events or persons of the past. An icon makes present that which it remembers. It is a meeting point between the mystery of God and the reality of human beings. An icon is not a decoration for the altar. It is in fact the actual altar. In the Eastern Church, icons are venerated along with the Bible. Icons are a result of prayer. The artist that paints an icon composes the painting in an atmosphere of penance and prayer. They spent hours praying and meditating on the mystery of God and, and presented in images and colors their spiritual insights. They shared their faith, their prayer with others through art. An icon, it is an object of meditation. When we come before an icon, we come with an attitude of prayer. We deepen our understanding of the mysterious reality that it represents, and we better appreciate the value of prayer. Icons were created to foster prayer and contemplation. The icon of Our Lady of Perpetual Help invites us to an experience of a mother and her son. Come, let us journey together and listen to Mary, her son, and the angels. There are 4 figures in this icon: the Virgin Mother of God, the Christ child, the archangels Michael on the left and Gabriel on the right. The Greek letters refer to Mary, the Mother of God, Jesus Christ, and the names of the 2 archangels, Michael and Gabriel. A word about the colors used. The principal colors are gold, green, and red. These colors are used in the Eastern art for divine figures. So Jesus and the angels are in gold, green, and red, showing their divinity. Mary is clothed in blue, various shades of blue. And blue signifies humanity. She is human. But then there is the red on her inner garment, her tunic. Mary's link to divinity is from what she carried within her, her son. The Spirit is represented normally in red, the fire of God. Mary is the spouse of the Spirit, and she opened herself to the divine Spirit and so bore Jesus. The whole icon is bathed in gold. Gold is the color of divinity. In other words, we are before a divine plan, the plan of God, the mystery of God. But how do we know that Jesus is human? In Eastern art, the artist depicts the humanity of Jesus by showing the underside of his foot. You can see the sandal on the right foot is loose. It allows us to see the sole of his foot, a sign that although he is God, he is also human. The largest figure in the icon is Mary. But she is not the focal point of the icon. The center is rather the joining of her hand with those of Jesus. Notice the manner in which she points that her son is Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Jesus comes to unite us to the Father through his passion and death, represented through the angels carrying the instruments of passion. His head is turned towards the archangel Gabriel, who shows him the cross, yet his face is serene. Mary is a signpost here for all on the road to life. She looks into the eyes of the onlooker, the one contemplating the icon. Mary is perpetual help, perpetual signpost, perpetual aid, the mother of God and our mother. She perpetually and constantly leads us to Jesus, who enables us to answer our questions, fears, and doubts. We are almost at the end of the second wave. There is the talk of a third wave and the Delta variant. Let us surrender our fears, emotions, despair, and anxieties. Today, let us turn to our Mother of Perpetual Help to give us the wisdom necessary to live in the challenging times of the pandemic with courage, optimism, and a sense of responsibility. St. Francis de Sales explains, let us run to Mary, and as her little children, cast ourselves into her arms with a perfect confidence. Therefore, I invite you to gaze into the icon again. Look at it, contemplate it, and be drawn into the mystery of God that it represents. It represents God's love in sending his son Jesus, born for us through Mary's response to the Spirit of God, and Jesus' mission in leading us back to the love of God.